Dear students, I welcome you all to the class of English Compulsory, BA first year. In the previous class, we dealt with introductory part of the speech delivered by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam entitled, I have three visions for India. This is the speech Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam delivered at Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad on May 25th, 2011. In this speech, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has outlined his vision for India and has also addressed the ways to attain it. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was born on October 15, 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He died at the age of 83 on July 27, 2015, while addressing students in Shillong, Meghalaya. He began his career as a scientist in the Defense Research and Development Organization, which is popularly known as DRDO. Later, he entered the Indian Space Research Organization, which is known as ISRO, as a project director of the satellite launch vehicle SLV-3. It was designed and produced in India for the first time. Dr. Kalam then rejoined DRDO in 1982. He played a key role in planning the program that produced a number of successful missiles. It is this phenomenal contribution of Dr. Kalam that earned him the glorious title of the Missile Man of India. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam played a leading role in the development of India's missiles and nuclear weapons program. From 1992 to 1997, he was the scientific advisor to the defense minister, and he later served as the principal scientific advisor to the government of India during 1999 to 2001. This post of the principal scientific advisor was as good as a cabinet minister. His prominent role in the country's 1998 nuclear weapon test established Dr. Kalam as a national hero. His immense contribution in making India equipped with space technology and nuclear power resulted in his election as the President of India from 2002 to 2007. In 1998, Dr. Kalam put forth a countrywide plan called Technology Vision 2020, which he described as a roadmap for transforming India. This plan of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, popularly known as Vision 2020, included increase in agricultural productivity, using technology as a vehicle for economic growth, and a massive coverage of Indian population in terms of healthcare and education. Dr. Kalam authored several books, including his renowned autobiography Wings of Fire, which he published in 1999. He was honored with numerous awards. He received India's highest civilian awards, the Padma Vibhushan in 1990 and the Bharat Ratna in 1997. In this speech, I have three visions for India. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam put forth his views or his visions regarding the development of India or developing India into developed India. He delivered this speech. I have three visions for India before the students of Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad in 2011. In this speech, Dr. Kalam has expressed his vision for India and also addressed the ways to attain these visions. The first vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is freedom. The second vision is India's development. And the third vision is military power and economic power of the country. In the introductory part of the speech, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam recollects the history of India during last 3000 years. He tells the students that number of invaders across the world invaded India, they captured India, they looted India, they imposed their way of life on Indians, they imposed their cultures on Indians. It happened for centuries together. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam counts those invaders from Alexander the Great up to the Dutch. He says that Alexander was Greek invader. He came to India, he invaded India, he imposed his culture on Indians, he looted India. Later on the Turks came, the Mughals, the Portuguese, the British, the French and the Dutch came to India. They captured Indian territory and they imposed their culture, their way of life on Indians. But he says that India never followed their path. India never invaded any of the countries in the world. India never captured any of the countries in the world. Or Indians never imposed their way of life on other peoples in the world. Indians never imposed their culture on other peoples of the world. He himself raises a question why it is so. Why didn't Indians capture any of the countries? Why didn't Indians invade any of the countries in the world? And he himself answers this question. He says that the answer of this question is freedom, because it has been deeply rooted in Indian psyche, or it is our culture, it is our value that we have been respecting others' freedom. So this is how Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam presents his first vision for India, that is freedom. Further, he says that we Indians got this vision from the Sipai Mutiny, which took place in 1857. Actually, it was the revolt of Sipais against British Empire. So the first war of independence, which was fought for Indian freedoms in 1857, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam believes that India got its first vision of this in 1857 when we started the war of independence. It is the freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. If we are not free, no one will respect us. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says that it is the freedom which brings status, which brings opportunity, which brings prestige, which brings the ways for development. And because of freedom, these things are possible. And if we lose our freedom, nobody will respect us. There is no way for development. There is no hope. There is darkness. There is no light. So he says, if we are not free, no one will respect us. Dear students, let us proceed ahead with the discussion of second vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam for India, that is India's development. For 50 years, we have been developing nation. It is time we see ourselves as a developed nation. We are among top five nations of the world in terms of GDP. We have 10% growth rate in most areas. Our poverty levels are falling. Our achievements are being globally recognized today. Yet we lack the confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation, self-reliant and self-assured. Isn't this incorrect? So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has raised another question to put forth his second vision for India before the students in his speech, which he delivered in 2011 at Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. He says that we have been developing country for last 50 years, and today our development in several walks of life can help us to think ourselves to be developed nation. And he gives examples. He gives references of our achievements in several fields. At the outset, he talks about GDP. He says that India is one of the top 5 nations of the world in terms of GDP. Further, he says that we have 10% growth rate in most areas. So Indian growth in most areas is 10%. We are one of the top 5 nations of the world in terms of GDP. And the third thing he says, our poverty levels are falling. So people living in below poverty line are coming up. Yet we lack the confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation. So he says that when we are one of the top 5 countries in the world in terms of GDP, when our growth rate is 10% in several areas, when our poverty levels are falling, and our achievements, our development is recognized by other countries in the world, then we can consider ourselves as a developed nation, but still we are thinking ourselves to be developing country, not developed country. So he says that it is so because we do not have confidence to consider ourselves as a developed nation, or self-reliant and self-assured. And he asks us a question to the students, isn't it right? So what we understand from this expression of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is, he thinks that ours is developed country, not a developing country. Let us come down to the third vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In his third vision, he says that India must stand up to the world, because I believe that unless India stands up to the world, no one will respect us. Only strength respects us. We must be strong not only as a military power but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. Further he says, my good fortune was to have worked with three great minds such as Dr. Vikram Sarabhai of the Department of Space, Professor Satish Dhawan, who succeeded him, and Dr. Brahm Prakash, the father of nuclear material. I was lucky to have worked with all three of them closely and consider this the great opportunity of my life. So at the outset, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, while expressing his view on third vision of India, or third vision for India, he says that our country must be strong in military power as well as economical power. And finally, he remembers the days of his career. He recollects his time or experience working with great minds like Dr. Vikram Sarabhai of the Department of Space, then Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahm Prakash. So, dear students, today we have come across three visions of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam for India. The first vision is freedom. The second vision is India's development in different areas. And the third vision is India's strength, or India must grow strong in the military power as well as in economical power. With this, I would like to remain here. In the following class, that is on tomorrow, we shall deal with the milestones in the career of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Then we shall see Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's certain valuable suggestions given to the students to make life better. With this, I would like to remain here. Thank you very much.